Hey guys, today's vlog I'm not starting with a funny because I have some sad news. On the 13th of December my dad passed away. Good morning guys, how you all doing? Yes, my dad has sadly passed away, which is why I've not been making any videos of late. Don't worry, I'm fine. I'm just a bit cold, I'm just realising. It's a good thing I've got a coffee. It's been a bad month, really. Obviously the big one, like I said, my dad passed away. I'm not going to go into too many details, but I'll say that I forgot which day it was. He was taken to a hospital with suspected heart failure. He went to that hospital. The following day my mum and my brother went to see him. They said he was doing okay. The following day they went to see him again, only to find out that they'd transferred him to another hospital and said nothing to anybody. They did it the night before, after my mum and my brother had visited him. They're just like, oh, we'll send him to this other hospital. Thanks for letting us know. That's when they finally gave him some tests, and sure enough his heart was failing. They found some water on his lungs, so they removed that, and that caused his kidneys to start failing, so they had to put him on antibiotics or whatever it is for that. Wasn't working. And it was Thursday the 4th of December, let me just double check that. Thursday the 4th, we got a phone call. I was just about to leave work and I was told to go to his bedside. Did that, and we were expecting him to pass away there. But the thing with my dad is he's always been stubborn throughout his entire life. So he just kept going. Bless him. And one of the things was I was there before everybody else, and it took him an hour and a half to even notice that I was there. Mainly because he kept sleeping, but he was truly out of it. It got to the point where when he was talking we couldn't understand anything he said. It was more murmuring than anything else. But one of the things he kept saying was, because he knew what was happening, he knew he was going, he wanted to go home and pass away there. That was the only thing we could get out of him. It took the doctors until the following Tuesday, which was his birthday, the 9th of December, the last time I vlogged. I didn't really bring it up in that vlog. I didn't want to talk about it. But they finally allowed him to go. And it was weird because apparently no doctors work on the weekends. I don't get that. But they had to have a doctor make that decision to let him go home. Anyway, that Tuesday, after I'd finished vlogging, I went to go see him because they finally got him back home. I was flicking the TV channel for him because he didn't want to watch whatever was on. And that's the thing he always does, is like he gets bored with what he's watching and flicks it over to something else, and then he gets bored of that, flicks it again. So I was doing that for him. Then I had to go back to work. I was on days. I was told to stay on days just in case, because when I'm on nights there's nobody to cover my job. So staying on days, there's somebody who could fill in that role if I needed to go. And I worked 3 12-hour shifts. I was going to go see him on that Saturday, the 13th, and 6:25 in the morning my phone started ringing. My mum told me that he'd passed away. So I was straight there. It was a slow process, but unfortunately that's what happened. So yeah, I ended up having a week off of work. We've been arranging, not for a funeral because apparently he did not want a funeral, but he's been cremated. I was trying to remember the word. On Monday, but we're going to go see him one last time on Sunday. So yeah, that's not good. I'm just trying to remember what the other bad things were. Sorry, I'm just making sure that the clips don't run on too long, because this is all I'm going to do for this vlog, sit here and regale you with my very bad month. So yeah, that was the big thing, losing my dad. One thing I've not told you guys that's been happening since the day before I went to Venice, I'm having problems with my car. For some reason, there's water getting in it on the footwell behind my seat, and sometimes where my feet are in the driver's seat. Don't know why. I've got a feeling the car's leaking. I kept hearing swishing noises as I was driving around the day before I went to Venice, and I didn't think anything of it. I just thought there's, it was in the wing mirror, the light on the wing, because I'd seen water there before. And then after Venice, I still could hear it swishing, and then that's when I discovered my floor was wet and it's messed up the locking mechanism. There's water got in there or something, so sometimes it will unlock, but most of the time it won't, so I'm having to use my key to open up my driver's door. None of the other doors will open, apart from the boot. That's fine, that's not being affected at all. And I'm still having water in the car. And it seemed, last week was it, when we had a real big downpour, it filled up again. So I don't know if I'm, the windows are not going all the way up, or I left a window open, or I've got a leak somewhere. I've no clue. I don't want to go to a garage with it and say, my car's leaking, can you find out? Because they probably won't know what to look for. So at the moment I'm persevering with that. So I think it was Thursday after my dad passed away, my record player, that's up here, that I've had for 20 plus years, I don't know how long, it started squealing when I was playing it, so I was trying to fix it. The belt that drives it or whatever, that fell off, and so I couldn't figure out how to get it back on. So that broke. So the next day I went looking for a new record player. Went to Crystal Peaks. I tried the charity shops, they had none. I went to Argos. I wasn't paying that kind of money for a record player. They had loads, but too pricey. And I was looking around here and there, and eventually I thought I'll go up to the retail park to Curry's, see if they got any. Got there, they had one, and all I could see was one cable for the plug. That was it. I'm thinking, how are you supposed to connect to a stereo? Obviously it didn't. Then I walked out of there, went to unlock my car, or try to unlock my car. The open lock button decided to fall out of the fob, the key fob, onto the floor. So I was spending a good 5 minutes trying to find that as the rain started again. Eventually I found it, walked over to Halfords. They said they couldn't do anything about it. Another customer said, try Timpson's, they might do it. Which was back at Crystal Peaks, so back to Crystal Peaks. And the guy said, my key fob was 2 buttons. He says, I've only got 3 button ones left. Is that okay? And I said, that's fine. Gave him half an hour to do that. Went back to him. He said, I'm 99.9% certain it'll work. And I'm like, with the week I'm having, no. And guess what? I was right. Trying to open the car, it wasn't even flashing and nothing. It wasn't connecting. So I went back to him and he's like, you're joking? I'm like, no. So he started pulling it apart, put it all back together. He's got this little device that signals that it's working, and it wasn't doing it, so he's pulling it all apart again, and he's putting it all back together again, tried again, and eventually it started working. He says it should work now. Thankfully, it did. However, the receipt I got for it, I've suddenly lost. So if it does go again, I ain't got a receipt to say, oh yeah, it's not working still. Anyway, that wasn't the worst thing that day. Oh, this is the worst thing that day. In my grief, I'd got to the stage of anger. And I don't know why. I was working away on my laptop. I was on the internet and it was fine. Came off, did something else, went back to it. For some reason, the internet was fluctuating. Like it was connecting but not connecting. I couldn't explain it. It was like a certain page would load up but another wouldn't, or it were in sections, whatever. But in my anger, I punched my laptop. Not hard, but I punched it. And then I got the blue screen of death on the screen. And I'm like, no! So my laptop's dead. Fantastic! Still a bit bitter about that, of my stupidity over anything else. Thankfully I already have a new laptop, so I've gone on to that, but I'm having to start again with things like movie making. It's all back to factory reset, isn't it? So I've got to try and rearrange it in the way that I like the design of it. And then I started thinking the other day, crap, all the pre-saved titles that I have on it are gone. They're still on the other laptop. My brother, Tony, he tried to have a look at it for me. He said, because it was saying something about hard drive not connected. Oh yeah, the hard drive's fine. It's the motherboard. Apparently that's broken. Great. I keep doing this. So I might try and take it to a computer shop at some point. But for now, got to try and figure out things on the new laptop. So I've been slowly doing things here and there. Got all my internet stuff back running, so I'm alright there. But I've yet to edit a video because on my laptop, the one that broke, I had started the latest dashcam video, which was the November one. But of course then my dad passed away and that just stopped. And unfortunately that's now lost, so I've got to start it all over again. Which is why I've not been uploading dashcam videos. Well, I say videos, I'm behind on one at the moment. I will try to get back onto that because I was doing well for the past year. As soon as the next month started, I got a new video up. Yeah, that's still not as bad as what happened the next day. Actually, I should point out the next day I managed to fix my record player. I decided to watch a YouTube video and it turned out that the belt that had fallen off, I was trying to put back in the wrong place. You put it underneath the... It's alright, words. I'm forgetting words at the moment. The turntable. Yeah. You put it underneath that and attach it to the cog that turns it, or the wheel. So I got it working again. It's still squealing, but while I'm listening to the music, I sort of drown that out, so I'm okay. But yeah, the worst thing to have happened was, inexplicably, in the same week that my dad passed away, my best friend Jo, her father, passed away too. And that one was sudden, like, boom. I'm not going to go into details out of respect of them, but I mean, I knew him very well. I used to call him Mickey B when we were on holiday and stuff. So that were a shock as well. It's like in the same week, two best friends lose their dads. It's weird, even more weird, because they say things happen in threes. I'd already lost an uncle over a month ago now, 6 weeks, 7 weeks ago. Found out when my dad passed away that one of his brothers passed away the month before. So that was another uncle, so that was 3. But like I say, that was a really bad week, but it's just been a bad month altogether. It's horrible. It's just been horrible. So yeah, that's been what's happening of late. I won't be surprised if there was something else and I've forgotten or I've expunged it from my mind. Dear. I'm just realising that I've not shaved because of what's been going on, and I've just, my mind's been elsewhere, but I think it was yesterday it started like getting to me. I'm like, oh, I've still got this little fluffy beard thing going on. I need to remove it. I think I'll do that in a bit, actually. But yeah, that's the update that I wanted to give you. I'm sorry that I'm ending the year on a downer, but that's what's happening. Hopefully next year is going to be a lot better, or next month at the very least. Oh, I should mention this guy, him, this cheeky little monkey. He spends a lot of time at Joe and Pete's house, as you guys will be aware of. And sometimes when I go to pick him up, he will not leave. The other night, we only went over for a meal, and he thought he was staying. And because Joe was going to bed early because she was getting up for work the next morning, it it was her first day back to work after her hair loss. He climbed into bed with her, and I'm like saying to him, "Come on, we've got to go now." And he wasn't wanting to move. He just laid there. He's like looking at me as if to say, "No." So I had to sort of coax him. I'm like, "Come on," and I sort of didn't pull him, but I sort of put my hand on his back to guide him. He started walking towards the end of the bed, and he just turned around straight back to where he was and laid down. He's like, "No." I had to physically pick him up and carry him to the car, which is more difficult because I can't open up the back seat doors, so I can't put him in there. So I'm having to put him in my seat to get into the other seat. Then I'm going to put his harness on. Yeah, I don't know. He's had a very stressful night last night because I brought it up in a TikTok video, but I finally cracked open that Sheridan's yesterday, and I drank 3 glasses of it. I'm talking big glasses, and that was a mistake. I didn't get drunk. As I've been posting on Snapchat recently, I don't think I can get drunk. I seem to be immune to alcohol. I'm going to have to start using spirits to try. I've tried twice in the past week to get drunk. Nothing. But yeah, last night I cracked open the Sheridan's after I finished off some country cream, and when I went to bed last night, my throat was so dry, my mouth was dry, and I kept getting up for the toilet, and then I'm like, I can't swallow, so I ended up going downstairs to get a bottle of water, and I started drinking on that. So every time I got up to go to the toilet, I'd drink some water, refueling my bladder, and it was just a constant cycle of me getting up to go to the toilet and drinking, and the water, and going back to bed. So he was getting fed up of me getting up all the time. And thankfully, when I got up at 8 o'clock this morning, no alarm, I just woke up at 2 minutes past 8. I'm like, might as well get up. My throat was clear, it was fine. But yeah, I need to cut down on the sherry. I've still got loads left. There's I think at least 2 glasses worth left, maybe a glass and a half. I'll have that later on in the week, I think. Anyway guys, I'm gonna sign off now. I've got a feeling this video is long enough as it is. And all I've been doing the past few days is cleaning. I've actually cleaned my kitchen, most of it. I've sorted some cupboards out as well. Start throwing stuff away that I don't use. I've bagged up some stuff I'm going to take to a charity shop, and rearranged a few things. So now my cereal boxes are in a cupboard under, well, not under the sink, but next to under the sink, because I'm fed up of the boxes being too big to go in my cupboard, my food cupboard, and they're just sitting around on the kitchen counter. So yeah, I've done some rearranging, but yeah, I'm waffling on again. I'm gonna go. All that's left for me to say now is thank you for watching and subscribing if you have, and liking this video if you did. Until whenever, the next time, peace out. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna let him sleep there all day. Bless him.